Here's all the things I meal prep to make my life a little bit easier as a family of 4. So it's my very first time actually making oxtail, and I went into it thinking I was going to make it similar to how I make pot roast. I seasoned it early in the morning and let it marinate for several hours. Then I came back later in the evening to cut up all the garlic, onions, peppers, carrots, and celery. Then I seared them on both sides before I transferred them to the crock pot. And so I added those in along with some red wine vinegar and some bone broth for extra protein. Then I added my produce as well as some tomato paste, and then lastly I threw in some thyme and 2 Scotch bonnets, and I let that cook for about 15 hours. I didn't even check on it until we came back home from church the next day. Now once I uncovered it, I did remove the Scotch bonnet peppers as well as the thyme sticks, and the oxtails are literally falling off the bone. And I did make it extra juicy because I wanted to use this juice for my red beans and rice as well as for my cabbage. So I let the beans cook in with the oxtail juice for a few hours and then transferred it over to some boiling water with the rice, and it was just so flavorful. Now I'm going to cook my cabbage down a bit before I season it, and then I'm also going to add another bowl of that juice from the oxtail. Now I'm passing the baton to hubby, and he is making some sea bass, which he caught a couple weeks ago. And if you're from the DMV area, we just found out we are losing Woodmark Grill, and so my hubby really loves the Hawaiian steak, and so he made that same Hawaiian like marinade to let the fish marinate in it. And then I'm also making some baked potatoes, and then I'm just throwing in some fresh green beans because the kids love green beans. And that was pretty much it. So here are all the things we meal prep to make our lives a little bit easier as a family of 4.